Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from BotsLab. This is the BotsLab Indoor Cam 2 360 degree HD indoor webcam with night vision. This will also work with Amazon Alexa and with your Google Home, so you do have those options as well. A lot of features with this one. We're going to dig into it now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is everything that you get once you get everything out of the box. Of course, you're going to get a user guide for the BotsLab Indoor Cam 2. And this is in a couple different languages, so if English isn't your first language, you're not going to have a problem here. It's going to show you all your packing list, your appearance, and of course your ports and specifications. Of course, the BotsLab app that you can get for either Android or iOS. You will need this to set up your camera, so you will want to hold on to this. You do have some contact information on the back here, just in case you need it. Hold on to it. Now they do give you some mounting hardware here in case you do want to mount this to a wall or maybe the ceiling or something like that, depending on where you're going to put this, or if you're just going to use it in a tabletop mode here, like on a desk or a table. You do get a little bit of a card here that will give you your outlines of where you need to drill your holes for installation. And you'll also get a reset pin here, and this reset pin will be used to reset the camera and also during setup, which I will go over in just a few moments. Now they do give you a standard USB to AC plug for powering the camera. It's just a simple 5 volt 1 amp plug, and they do give you quite a long cable, which is good to see here. It's standard USB Type A to micro USB, so not USB as Type C, but it is a long cable in case you need to have a long enough cable to run it to where you need to have power. Now looking at the main unit, you can see if we tilt up the lens here, it will tilt and of course rotate up to 360 degrees. You've got your reset hole here. You also have a slot for local storage, a micro SD card. You can either use cloud storage or you can use that local storage there. And again, this rotates 360 degrees, so you're going to get that full view of whatever you're looking at. On the back, you've got that USB in for power. You've got 2 slots here for your mounting holes, or you've got nice little feet on the bottom if you're just going to keep this on your desk. You do have a speaker on the side because this also does offer two-way communication, as you can see here. So I can speak to the camera, but I also have microphones in the camera that will allow me to hear what's going on at the camera site. So that does it for the unboxing. Let's get everything set up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to be using Android for this. You can see that I'm plugged into my power source and I have a blinking green light there. We're going to use the BotsLab app. Again, you can get it for Android or iOS. I'll be doing this on Android today as a demonstration. But you can see if you have a device, it'll show up there in the middle of the screen, and you can use the plus arrow at the top to add a device. If you have a device already set up, that blue add device will not be there. So we're going to use the plus arrow, and then we're going to select the Indoor Cam 2 C211 because that is the model that we have. Now it's going to ask me to make sure that a few things are set here, that the power is on. And we have a constant green that'll turn to flashing green, which we've already got. And when we're ready as instructed, we're going to click that button, and it's going to say gently insert the eject pin for 3 seconds until you hear a beep. So there we have a beep, and we'll hit our next there to let us know that we have heard the beep and we're ready to go. So make sure that we have a flashing green light. We do have a flashing green light, so we are going to continue on by hitting next again. And then it says you're connecting to a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which is unsupported by the device. So now we're going to have to switch over to my 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, not my 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So I'm going to click on my 2.4 gigahertz, connect to that with the phone, and then we are going to go back to the app. So let's hold on and get out of this. Go back to the app itself. Now we are ready and set up on my 2.4 gigahertz, and it's going to ask me to enter my Wi-Fi password. Once I enter my Wi-Fi password, I'm going to say that the phone is placed near the device, and then I'm going to select Send Sound Waves.
Wi-Fi connected.
So as you heard, we were all set up here, and now we are good to go. I sped it up a little bit, so I'm sure it sounded pretty funny, but I didn't want you to have to waste too much time watching that. And what it did is it took my Wi-Fi name and password and uploaded it to the camera so that it can reside now on my Wi-Fi. It'll ask you to name the camera whatever you would like, and then it will offer you a free trial for their cloud service if you want to, and you can either try that out or say no thanks. They do have other packages as well, or you can use a micro SD card up to 128 gigabytes for local storage, of course. So now we're all set up and ready to go. Let's take a look at the interface. You can see that we can save videos to the album, which is my local phone at this point, because that's what I'm doing. I can snap pictures. So those two icons on the left there will do that. The little phone looking icon is so that I can speak into my phone and it will come out on the speaker of the camera. So we do have two-way voice communication there. And of course I can hear what the camera hears as well. We also have a shutdown option and locations as well down here at the bottom. So we have frequently seen locations, which obviously don't have set up yet, but that's okay. And you've got cloud and local storage up here at the top. We do have some other settings that we can go into and check out. Obviously, we have device sharing. We have a timing switch, so if we want to turn this on and have it active during a certain time during the day, we have that. You have human detection and tracking. So if you have it detect what it thinks is a human, it will automatically rotate the camera to detect that person and follow that person. So that's really cool as well. The sensitivity can be adjusted here as well as people only mode. You do have abnormal noise detection, so if something is like a loud noise, like something breaking, or somebody maybe breaking into your house or something like that, or something falling, you can get that to do that as well. Intelligent sound alarm. This will be an audible alarm, so it will generate an audible alarm if it gets detected. So you do have an alarm on this to scare off intruders. Of course, notifications for motion, people, noise, and crying, which is good for if you have a small child or a baby. You do have images rotating the scenes and things like that, depending on how you're mounted. Your night vision, which is set up there. Volume, of course, for the alarms and what you're hearing through the camera's microphone. And memory card settings. You also have Alexa and Google Home integration, as well as upgrading your firmware, and of course, removing or resetting or deleting your camera as well. Let's take this into a kind of a full screen mode so you can get a good idea of the quality of the camera. You can see that we've got some either Fluent or UHD. I usually just leave it on UHD. I don't see much of a difference on the small phone screen, but might as well leave it on UHD at this point. And then we can go up and take a look at some of the settings. I already showed you those. We don't need to take a look at those, but let's make this full screen, show you how it works, how it pan and tilts, and of course the quality of the camera. You can see you've got on-screen pan and tilt controls on the left, so I can just do that to zoom in, a pinch to zoom in here if I want to, and I can also move this around. Now it does get a little bit fuzzy if you zoom in too much, but as far as the tilt and pan functions, those are all located to the left of the screen here. Works really well, fairly responsive. If I want to go in a continuous mode, you can see I can easily do that by holding it down, and then I've got a centered button there as well too, so that works out really well. Now this also has night mode in it as well, so let's take a look at the night mode real quickly. And as for night mode, this is in an entirely dark environment. And you can see that I still have enough brightness to see in complete darkness with this camera. So it does really well, and they state that the night mode will work up to 33 feet away from the camera. So if you need to see something that is in the dark up to 33 feet away, you're not going to have any problems with night mode on this. And if you leave it on automatic, as soon as it detects that the light has got low enough, it will switch over to night mode automatically. So there you go. You can see we get a nice camera picture out of this, good colors, everything like that, being able to store things locally right to my phone, such as pictures. Of course, I can do the local storage here with my SD card or cloud storage. They offer several different things with that as well. So if you do want cloud storage, you can do that, but you don't necessarily need it. Again, you can use a micro SD card slot for local storage. If motion is detected, you'll see it under trends here, and it will pop up on your phone as well if it detects motion or whatever you're set on. Now, for some reason, that individual picture came out a little pixelated, but if I move my hand in front of this, I should get another one that will pop up here to show us. This one popped up there, so let's make sure that our motion detection is working, and it is. As you can see, it popped up again, so I am getting alerts, no problems whatsoever. So overall, that is how that works. It works out really well. It's got a good quality picture, except for this one that it captured in motion didn't do so well. But as you saw from the live preview, this is a really crisp and clean picture. If you need to monitor your house, this would be a really good solution. The fact that it has a couple extras like human tracking, where it will actually track an individual and rotate and pan to follow that individual, is actually pretty cool. So overall, there's a lot of really nice functions to this, and I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.